Hello. First, I'm going to just quickly show you the two kits that I have got in my shop. It's layered tag field notes. So there are 3 pages of main elements, these 3 pages of tags, and there's a couple of little clips that can be used. And then what I've done is there's a page of ephemera. Okay, there is a page that I've made using dried flowers that can all be used to layer the tags. And then I've done 2 ready-made pages. For those of you that don't want to fussy cut out these, or if you want to save ink and they're just going to be simply layered, you don't want to tuck things behind them. So there's another 2 pages of tags ready-made, like so. And then I get loads and loads of questions about how do I print 2 per page? How do I reduce the size when I print? So rather than make all these tags the same size, what I've done is I've actually put them 2 per page. So there is that option to print 2. I've done the dried flowers, and then I've used 2 pages of the ephemera. So there's 2 lots of ephemera, sort of half size. And then the second kit is field note labels. So I've done them in colour and in the neutrals. I do love the neutrals. I do use the colour ones, obviously. So there are 2 pages in the random field note labels too. So they're the 2 kits that I'm going to be using to make some tags today. So I'm going to cut all these out and I'll be right back. Oh my days. It took some time. It took some time to cut, but I have cut out a lot more than just 1 kit. I've done another couple of little things in preparation. So I'm going to make this quick because I'm not going to go over kind of too much. I'll show you the tags that I showed in the previous video. But basically, I'm going to start with something super simple. So I've got one of the pre-made backgrounds. Now, I might do some sewing, so I might, pause the video temporarily while I do some sewing in places. I have pulled out as much as I think I can possibly need while I do this video, but you can guarantee there will be something that I have forgotten. What I've done is cut them. I haven't backed anything as yet because it depends what I'm going to do to these will depend on how I back and when I back, more importantly, because some of the layering I want to do before. That's the small version, actually. This is the bigger, the full-size kit. I think I'm going to use that one. Obviously you can mix and match the small elements with the big elements and actually do some clusters and things like that. That's quite nice. Okay, I like that. I think this is one that I'm gonna keep really simple, which was the whole point of doing the ready-made tags. I know there's only a few of them, but it gives you that option to, if you're going to layer these two tags anyway, you don't have to print them both. And like I said, if you're not really keen on fussy cutting out these little elements, you've got a couple of options where they're already there for you. I'm going to just lay that on there. Get a rough idea of how big I want that to be. Snip and rip. And I'm going to ink this up, give it a bit more of a grungy look. Also pulls out some of those fibres. And I'm going to add it here. Now, do I want an extra label? Let's have a look. I know I've got the blue one here. something here, I think. This was what happened. 90% of this, all the kit elements I cut out by hand, but Jay ran the labels through the scan and cut, and that's the result of that. And the butterflies as well. He put the butterflies through the scan and cut. My hands just will not cut butterflies anymore. I'm still going to leave that a little bit grungy. I quite like it. And I have, let me just cut off some cheesecloth. So I'm just going to layer this too. Super, super easy. Right, I'm going to have that there, and that there. Okay, just going to glue. I really do need to sort out my sugar bell bottle. I left it a bit long, and the glue is so gloopy. So I actually need to give that a really good sort out. Just haven't got around to that as yet. Right. So what was I going to say? I was going to tell you something. What have I been doing? Yeah, should have been filming hours ago, but had one of those moments, and anybody who sells on Etsy probably has the same moments where you think, actually, I just want to check a legality or two, usually because somebody has prompted you to do so, and then you get down the rabbit hole of sorting things out. So basically all I've managed to do for the last hour is update my shipping profiles on Etsy, which is a pain. Well, it's not a pain, it had to be done, but I hadn't actually planned on doing it today. But now I have, so it's done. So I haven't got to do it another day. So that's good. That's a jobbed. Put this here. And I know that says botanical gardens, but you know, get butterflies in botanical gardens, don't you? Right, so this is one of those instances where I could back and then sew, but I'm actually going to sew first. So I'm going to do a zigzag stitch around here and I will be back. Right, now that's done. So I'm actually not going to put a top on here, as in a fabric top. I'm going to mount this. Now this card has a good side and a not so good side, so I'm going to mount it on the not so good side. I usually use repurposed packaging. My tags, they're always suitable for writing on the back. Sometimes there might be coffee stained paper on the back, sometimes there is just a plain packaging that can be written on, so you know, they can be added to. People could put a bit of coffee stained paper on themselves if they want to, but I would much rather use recycled packaging where I can, and you know, do my little bit. Okay, so that's that. Recut the tag. Kind of seems to be, you know, it's like repetitive, isn't it? You cut the tags out and then you mount them and then you cut them again, but obviously what I should have done was actually get these cut on the scan and cut, and then once I'd cut the images I should have done a backing on the same cut. That would have been much more clever. Right, much more cleverer. That's me. I'm a good English. Right, I'm going to use the darker the darker ink. This is my ground espresso, which I love to do around the edges. I use my Dauber's blending tool square on, so sometimes I don't want it to get onto the actual tag itself. I just want the darker colour around the edge. You might get a tiny bit over here and there, but that's quite nice. Quite a nice effect. Okay, so I'm going to grab my crocodile and I'm just going to punch that hole. Grab an eyelet. Put that in there. Kind of be nice if I'd had a black one, but close that up. And I have my scrap tin of trims. Let's see what I've got that would go. Blue and blue, perfect. Right. That's not actually blue, but close enough. Push that through. Ooh. Oh, eyelash trim. What I could have done is just pulled the ribbon through, and now I've got that horrible issue with the back of the eyelet. But that's not come all the way through. That's fine. I quite like that. That is tag number 1, and that has taken me under 10 minutes. Okay, so that is tag number 1. Okay, let's do a diddy one. Let's do a diddy one. So obviously got different options for these too. I've printed more than one set of these. I'll draw one on a bigger one. Let's go that. And should I go for one of the diddy? I think that looks better on one of these. Possibly. I like this on here. Okay, I think this is quite reminiscent of one of the bigger ones that I've done. Now, I want to do a bit more layering on this particular okay, going to keep this one fairly simple. Just think the tag first actually. Little bit of creating this morning, early this morning. I need to make myself a new beady thing for my art glitter glue top, because the one off the other art glitter glue, it kind of got lost in the move around, so I have no idea where that is now. I'll put this over there. Okay, now I'm just going to glue in the middle of this bit here, because I'm going to sew around here. That will do. And put him there. Okay, I'm just going to run some stitching around that. That's that all sewn on. Here's my Fabri-Tac for the back piece. Now, obviously, I'm just using kits for this. You could add all sorts of other things to this. I would probably get some toadstools from a toadstool kit and add some of those. Depending on how we do for time, maybe we'll have a little go. Okay, so that's that. Now, there's no colour in this as such. That's blue. A few little bits and pieces of trim. Oh, look. No. A little paper clip. No, actually I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Right, I'm just going to quickly pause while I back this one. So that's now backed. Give my dark edge. I actually really like this one. It's quite simple but effective. Now I'm going to get my little I think this is linked on my website for those of you under the small tools that I use, but it's an ID punch. Just really like that, and I don't even know, maybe it does need a little something. A thread, quite like that. I think it might need to be doubled up though. I don't think that's quite enough. This is a silk. I think it may have come from Cheryl Olive's shop. Make sure that's in the centre as best I can get it. And I haven't given myself a lot of room to staple that. Cool, really like that one. That's number 2. Okay, let's do a layered one now, bigger one. Go for that. Go for and that's the same as the background one that I used on the ready-made. Okay, I'm just going to show you quickly what I did with I put these through the scan and cut, and then I did cut the back, so I cut twice even though I'd removed the actual paper that I'd scanned, and then I've just punched a hole, so it made those a bit easier to make. But they are, I mean, they're not difficult to cut out. I did cut a load by hand. So let's have a look at this. Now I want to use this on here because I've got the red, so I'm going to pull that red out, and I am going to use the lovely Angie's paperclip topper idea, which I just use all the time. I love it. Angie's such a smarty pants, so creative, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Right, now I also want to include another paper clip on this one, which I'm going to add. So let's ink this. Because of the sewing, because I didn't actually pause. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line things up. I'm just going to have a look and see how I can have things. That looks really cute, doesn't that? Just literally just plop that on there, little tag. forget-me-not. Love that. Nice and simple. 3 things. Now, I want to use a bigger one because of... Although, do I actually want to add loose ephemera to this one? I think maybe I do. I think maybe I do. But do we want something permanent at the background there? No, that one's the wider one. What have we got? That's a thinner one. So that could be... Okay. So I think that's going to be on there. Those probably going to be added. I think I might have to do another one because I've got too many things. Right, okay. So I'm going to ink this. I don't want to get excited, but I can hear a hoover. So I'm not sure if Jay's doing the hoovering for me downstairs. Although, to be perfectly honest, we've been in this room like 5 minutes. And because it has a carpet, I'd got really used to working in with the laminate flooring in the dining room. And now we're here and it's carpeted. And boy, you want to see the carpet. Well, you don't really want to see the carpet. But I'd forgotten just how messy a carpet gets when you're cutting out little pieces of paper. It's terrible. It really is. Okay, I'm going to give this a bit of an ink, bit of vintage photo, bit of ground espresso, and I'm going to glue this in place. And this is the good thing about you know, you can layer things in different ways and the tag looks completely different. I love it. I love this kind of crafting. We can literally have 5 people use the same elements, not one is going to be the same. Okay, so that's going to be like that. That's going to be like that. This is going to be here. Now, I really want... What can we have? I keep looking at the little bits. I don't know why I keep being drawn to those. No, where's the one with the rose on it? I mean, it's not rose at all, is it? Okay. Whoops. Right. Ink this. I don't think it is a hoover. Got a feeling my neighbour's cutting their grass. That's disappointing, isn't it? That is a bit disappointing. Never mind, never mind. Right, so I'm gonna put that on there. And trim. And I'm gonna grab just quickly put that back in. Now it's not got beads on, it's going to get lost, isn't it? Okay. Is that straight? Straight enough. Right, I'm going to put the first hole in there. Probably made that hole a little bit bigger than I needed to, but that's fine. Right, now let's find a couple that match. Now we've got the black on there, so we could match this with black. I think it, oh no, I don't think it was a Hoover. I do have a new video that I really have to show, and I've made some split pins. I'm really loving them, so we're going to make some split pins. That's cool, like that, like that. Right, now I'm going to quickly sew this bit, won't be a sec. So that's sewn. Now I'm happy to glue this into place. I have printed onto my Epson Photo heavyweight paper, matte. It's matte. Let's get rid of that. Now don't forget, this is not backed yet. It will be much more sturdy once we get that backed. Okay, now ink a couple of little pieces of the ephemera. They can just slide under that paper clip. Now, do we full Monty it? I think I'm going to use this into that paper clip too. Oh, I really wish I knew what that noise was. Let's pop that in there. There we go. So that's the next tag. And what I will do is I will mount that, and what I'll do is I'll just pull that forward. It's easy enough. I've done lots of the tags like this, but then that way this piece is not on the back of the tag. Doesn't bother me necessarily, but there we go. That will be mounted. So that's, oh, he is hoovering. Yay. Hoovering going on. This one, I want to do a butterfly one. Let's do it on a ready-made. Right, so very, very simple. Very, very simple. All the hard work's done for you on that one. So we have this one. We have this one, love that one. This tiny little one. And then we have the blue one. So we've made 4 tags in 30 minutes. And I will show you again in a bit more detail the tags that I did. So this one, this is mounted on, actually this is mounted and then this is mounted. So this one's really quite sturdy. I put the paper clip underneath here and I've just punched 2 holes there and put a piece of string, used the forget-me-not. So that was that one. This one I used a bit of cheesecloth and a bit of muslin, label, and I've used the packaging punch on that one. This one I love. I've popped this little butterfly bit. I just tore in half. I've put half top and bottom, added the 3 butterflies, and that was it. This one's just got an eyelet in at the top. This one I have layered, and this is one that I've added the faux bulldog clip and stitched the butterfly on. And again, this one's kind of double mounted. This is quite sturdy too. This one I've used it so the clip looks like it's holding on one of the dried flowers. Added a label here. I think that's, yeah, and I've added this label here at the side there as well too. This one I didn't get that very central. This one is you could use the smaller one. I've used the frame come slide, whichever you would prefer to use it as. This big flower is the only one that fits it fits in here, but you could always add a tag if you wanted to put plastic on the inside of the slide. This is all stuck together, it doesn't come apart. This one I've just done some layering, and I've added a couple of brads to that faux bulldog clip and a label, a bit of cheesecloth, and I've added the alphabet piece down the side of that. And then this one is fairly similar, actually. Didn't realise how similar, but it's fairly similar to that one, but a little bit different as well. So, and this is the one with the faux paper clip on. Done the rose and the butterflies and sewn on and again, this one's a really quite sturdy one. So those are my tags. This is the kit and the labels. They're two separate kits. They will be in my Etsy shop by the time this goes live. I'm going to carry on making tags, and I will probably post some more pictures over the next couple of days in the Facebook group. That's enough of me going on. I hope you like the kit. I hope you like the tags. I'm going to be making a mess and having a bit of fun while the video loads. And please take care. I will be back tomorrow with some journals that I have. Yeah, be good. See you soon. Bye.